This is the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. For those of you who are Democratic elected officials who still fail to act on behalf of the American people, or you're afraid of Donald Trump, and for those of you in the Republican Party that pretend that you still stand for your states, as of this day, you stand alone. You're in no man's land. This is Gilead, and the fight is on. That being said, let me assure you that in the 8th New York, people are already in play to get rid of Hakeem Jeffries because he has not stood for the people. People are already in play to get rid of Nancy Pelosi by any means necessary, as she caused this shit. Now the time has passed for find the fuck out videos and peaceful protests, in the sense that we're going to sit here and get our asses beat while these clowns take over the United States government. Let me be clear. Right now, you do not have the United States government for the people and by the people. You do not have a Supreme Court, which might be racist, but still looks at doctrine, still looks at the rule of law, and rules in that favor. You do not have a president like John F. Kennedy or Lyndon B. Johnson who will consider black rights, red rights, or brown rights. What you have is basically state-sponsored terrorism, paid for by J.P. Morgan, once again, in this century, and in the last. Welcome to the Gilded Age of Donald Trump. If you know your history, you would not be here. That's the sad part of all of this. The sad part of everything I'm talking about stems from that Gilded Age, the Great Gatsby, the Great Depression, moonshining, and white people just making money off of everything that everybody did that didn't look like them. And we're here once again. I'm going to say something to you people who think that you're going to have a 2026 election without a revolution. Once you get disappeared and die, and you have your peaceful protests, they're going to come for you. They're going to come for your children. They're going to come for your grandchildren. And they're going to keep on coming. until you stand up. But standing takes courage. And you don't have that. And the architect of the general strike said America's not ready for this. I don't agree with him, because I think some are. But when your interests are 5 minutes or less, and you don't know how to like and subscribe to a YouTube video, that's why you're where you are. Because you are displaced. You're weak. And we don't need weak people in this movement, even if they're Democrats. Because the world is not about what people tell you you should be and who you are. It's about who you're going to be and what you deserve. You decide that, not someone else. But black and brown people every day settle for the crumbs of slavery, of manifest destiny, and now racial profiling of Latinos. They settle for the crumbs because they don't think they deserve anything better. And that's something you as an individual have to deal with. People like Paul Lance don't need to convince other people to join a general strike. People need to convince themselves that they deserve better. But when they do, it's going to be too late. The namesake of my organization is John Brown. He was assassinated way before the Civil War. Excuse me. That's my disability. But that's not gonna stop me. At some point, you need to stop believing in the Supreme Court, the rule of law, and start believing in the lawlessness of the Trump administration. You need to take personal responsibility. Even when you protest for your own safety. In my condition, I am here not for clickbait or to get subscribers. I am here for children I will never see, for people I will never meet. I am here because it is the right thing to do. Not the Christian thing to do, but the right thing to do. Because I'm not a monster. I'm a human being. I don't subscribe to monsters. I don't think evil is Christianity. I don't love seeing people suffer. I don't love black people getting killed. I don't like lynchings. I don't like slavery. And I don't like manifest destiny. And I definitely do not like buffalo soldiers who killed Native Americans because all of a sudden it was okay for black people to kill Native Americans as long as they weren't enslaved. Check yourself. Because your shit is really fucked up. Every single solitary Democrat in Congress who is not speaking out right now, who is not taking advantage of social media, is corporate media. Vacate that. This is where the revolution begins. This is where we gain back our independence. This is where you convince us that 250 years of this is American experience is not going to be lost on a few dumb shits in Congress and Senate who fail to act. Now you can act or not. We don't care. We're laying our lives down for this country, unlike you. Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, Merrick Garland, Chuck Schumer, and the rest of you. You will shut this government down. No matter how long it takes, by any means necessary. The general strike asked the same thing. No Democratic vote will be cast to finance my extermination and the extermination of my American people. If you do anything other than that, we will consider you a terrorist, an insurrectionist, and an ally of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Full stop. We are not playing. Come to Baltimore. Come to Washington, D.C. and fire upon our citizens after your Supreme Court says it is okay. They are not to be trusted. Do it. Test us. This is the beginning of the next American Revolution. Plain and simple. Gilead does not live here. Nor do we. Nor will we let you. Those who oppose the resistance will be considered enemies of the United States Constitution. When all this is over, I might be dead, and many like me. But our children will not. And just like during slavery, manifest destiny, and the civil rights movement, they're going to carry on my legacy. So, if you are an elected official in the Democratic Congress and you're not willing to die for your country, we are. What that makes you is no longer representative of us. So lead, follow, or get the fuck out of our way. This is the John Brown Alliance, and no matter what happens, there will always be a resistance. When you see something wrong, do something right.